have a real conversation here.
Okay.
It's not normally that I do real conversations, but
Yeah.
I need to change some things up from a couple of people that I respected. So I need to change some things up. So I figured, you know what? Why not? WNBA commissioners Kathy Ingberg optimistic fair CBA will be reached. The WNBA players doing warming up for the All-Star game all wore shirts that say "Pay us what you owe us," as you can see right here. And I took the liberty,
Bruntumch.
giving my brain a headache, trying to read this goddamn CBA.
Mm-hmm. What
Is
does it say, Playmaker?
it is first of all, um, trying to go through a CBA is very, very mentally draining.
It most certainly is. In any CBA, doesn't matter which one.
It is mentally draining. Good gracious. That's the first thought. Now, what do you see? Those of you who are watching us live on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
well, not Facebook, X, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Those of you who are listening to the audio, the current CBA, the minimum salary for this season is as follows. If you're how they put it, 0 to 2 years, you at 66,000. 3+ year contract, 78. So put it in perspective for you, the rookie class, like Paige Becker, she's on the 78 part because she signed like a 3-4 year contract, if I remember correctly. That is the minimum. That's like the lowest you can go. The highest you can go, 2,004, 2,049,000, but 249,249.
So basically, quarter of a bill is the highest salary.
Next year, as it currently stands, because the CBA is supposed to be up actually at October, if I remember correctly.
So when this year concludes,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
But as it currently sits, 2026, you're looking at a minimum salary of 68,000 and a maximum salary of 256,721.
26,000. Oh, so they actually can make more than a quarter of a mil for the most. I mean, wow, what progression!
So that's the salary of the players.
Okay,
Salary cap.
nothing. That's
This salary cap,
that's how
one
porous.
1.5 million. Next year, as it currently stands, 1.55
5 million,
million. And then the year after that, 1.59 million. Close to 1.
close to 1.6. Yeah,
That's the salary cap.
but them owners want to keep that money.
Here is the terms. League revenue, cumulative league revenue exceeds the cumulative revenue target. Players will be paid an amount equal to 50% of share revenue. Take that how you will.
Shared revenue.
Take that how you will. The WNBA shall be obligated to pay an amount equal to 25% of share revenue to all WNBA players who were on a WNBA roster during the applicable regular season. Now, let me take this down because I'm pretty sure y'all got to hit it like I did trying to put this together. Before I came to the show,
Mm-hmm.
NBA Today, now I know a lot of people don't like Malika Andrews for all different types of reasons,
Yeah, she looks like ET in a woman's club. I'm sorry, my bad.
they do have somebody on there I actually do like. Barbie Marks, the financial guy.
Mm-hmm.
Got to listen to him. And you see the salary cap 1.5, right?
Yes.
The WNBA players, they are getting 9.3% of the revenue.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what when I saw the salary cap number, I'm like, okay. And you heard me after we went through what the salary cap is. I said I want to know how much the owners are pocketing.
So is
The
and
owners are
it
pocketing over 90% of the revenue.
pretty much 9.3% is going to the players.
So that means
See
90.7 is going to the owners. Woo!
now,
What did
there's
I tell you all about? Well, the players need to pay more money. The players need better representation.
here's
This
the
is why.
thing. Everybody's saying where the WNBA they don't make a profit. You know all the expenses. Just
Oh, they
yeah,
make a
they
profit
increase.
now.
Here's the thing. Y'all talking about the current. Y'all didn't talk about the future.
Feature. Mm-hmm.
Y'all do realize? Did y'all forget that TV deal that's coming and that actually starts next season?
I'm saying they making money now.
That $2.2 billion starts next season.
Yeah, they making
That's
money
not
now.
2 years away. That's not 5 years away. Literally, when this season ends, guess what's about to kick in? That TV deal's kicking in. So now the WNBA is getting 2.2 billion from TV.
How many years?
The same, I think it's 11 years. The same.
11 years.
Remember the NBA did all that.
I know, did the same thing. Yeah.
2.2 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Now I did hear the Sharon Millers and all the OGs who they thought they should have been more about them. Like, you got to start somewhere, okay? Can y'all just chill?
Well, yeah, because the NBA had to start somewhere. The NBA
you got to start somewhere. You got 2.2 billion. You got to start somewhere.
The NBA wasn't doing billion-dollar deals back in 1980. They were thinking about folding the league. So they had to start somewhere, and all you
2.2 billion.
And all you clowns got to thank Magic Johnson and Larry Bird for saving the league, because that's what happened.
Okay, too. And you about to be on the same page with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese right about now.
And I said that too. I'm like, yeah. And this is why I compared the two to Bird and Magic. Because I'm like, they're going to have the same impact on the league as they did in the NBA. They're going to be the ones financially responsible for saving the league.
Now, I can name a couple of reasons why I believe the WNBA has not been profitable throughout the years. Because number one, they sure don't know how to market.
So you got a game that has women in it. A really good sound product. Why is it that they were searching for NBA fans to be ones to watch the product? I'm like, no. Target that to the girls and the mothers of the girls. That is where you're going to get your money, and that's where you should go, because you want to target the future somehow.
And guess what? If you're targeting little girls and the ladies, guess what's automatically going to come with them?
Right.
Without question.
Right. So for the first 5 years, they sort of got that. The WNBA did sort of got that memo, because when you would watch games back in 97, 8, 9, and 2000, you heard a crowd full of girls and young women. And you could tell it was a crowd of them versus like a regular wrestling crowd or an NBA crowd, because the screams were higher in pitch. As time went on, the screams got lesser and the pitch got lower. That's a problem. So hopefully we can get back to how it was back in 97, 98, and 99 with the advent of one Caitlin Clark and one Angel Reese, and the spiked interest because of those two in the game. And you can target the girls and the mothers of them. because that's how you're
Oh,
going to grow the sport.
one thing. Can we, whenever y'all want to be grown ups and adults here, can we stop the whole racist thing?
Oh no,
Because
it's too.
because I
It's
see I see black little girls here that love Caitlin Clark, and I am seeing white little girls that just love Angel Reese.
oh no, no, we can't stop that. We make too much money with racism.
That's the problem right there. That's the problem right there.
I really hate to say it, but all right, boys and girls, sit down. You're about to get educated. The reason why you actually have an NBA is because the NBA realized that unfortunately we as fans are stupid because they thought, oh, we got a black player in LA, we got a white player in Boston. Oh, we'll get them together and we actually will make money off of people hating the other because of the skin that they possess, the skin that God gave them. You know how stupid that is? But that is what triggered the saving of the National Basketball Association 40 years ago. I know. I mean, I would love to say it was the talents of Irvin Magic Johnson and Lawrence Bird. I would love to say it was that, but no, it was not. It was one is a hokey fool from Indiana, the other smiles more than the Kool-Aid man out in California. One came from Indiana, one came from Michigan. Black and white. It they wrote it to the most watched basketball game in the history of the sport in 79 in the national championship game when Indiana State and Michigan State played. And CBS said, well, let's capitalize on this again 4 years later. Because we're gonna get money and have people pay to say, well, you know what? We want to see that white Larry Bird get that butt whooped. You know what? We want to see that black Magic Johnson get his butt whooped. It is sad how racism affects the bottom line. Fast forward 40 years later, we have two women, two young women, and people really gave two craps about. I'm going to be really blunt. People gave two craps about women's basketball. Even the women gave two craps about women's basketball. But all of a sudden, when you saw Angel Reese do this to Caitlin Clark, a rivalry was born. And what was the easy hook? Oh, a black woman showing up a white woman. Oh, that's gonna make money.
Let me
And
add to
then
that. Now let
and
me add to
then
that. A
and
black woman down south
oh,
showing up a middle
I was gonna get
west woman.
I was gonna get to that. And so you had exactly that. Midwestern girl, white from the Midwest, a Southern girl. She's from DC, but she was repping LSU. And because of that interest, because the national championship of that year did really capture the interest, but it sparked it sparked the flame. Because when they met in the Elite Eight the following year, it turned out to be the most watched women's basketball game in the history of the sport. Why? Because one was black from the South, the other was white from the Midwest. Not because you had two outstanding talents, each in their own right, going against one another and showing the heights of competition and how good that could be. No, that narrative is too hard to paint for most fans. It is easier for it to be painted with, oh, one chick is white, one chick is black. I'm rooting for the one I want. I'm rooting against the other one simply because I don't like the skin color. The WNBA has to ride that wave, and now they are riding it, and we're seeing some of the cancerous effects of it. So now, where the NBA has to go is they have to sell its competition, just like the NBA had to do. It's competition. It's not the black white thing, but of course, when you go into boardrooms, it's like, yeah, I want Larry Bird to be pushed so we can anger the inner city cheering. and I want Magic Johnson be pushed so we can agitate, have the inner city children be angry toward the suburban white kids. That the same type of conversation that happened 40 years ago in the NBA boardrooms now is happening in the WNBA boardrooms. And what is missing in all that? The talent. It's easy. Racism is just too easy of a construct to make money off of. Sad.
And Victor's in the chat.
100, Victor. Controversy creates cash. Racism is controversial, and that also creates cash. Yes. The only thing that would create more cash would be if somebody did something against the law.
Both were fine and enjoyed the rivalry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, talk about Bird and Magic. Yeah, and they did, and that was the good part of it. The two of them, not because one was white, one was black. The two of them because they just simply were. They knew they were the best of the other, the best of the opponent. They competitively did not like each other. Now, to me, that is what you should sell, and that's what they tried to sell. And I would say that it was successful, but of course, in 1987, you had Isaiah Thomas said that if Larry Bird was white, he would be. I'm sorry, that Isaiah Thomas in 1987 said, "quote If Larry Bird was black, he would just be another good player." Close quote. So the narrative still 38 years later is still in effect. The only way I would say from the women's aspect where it would be different, and cool, I'm going to make you smile on this, is if both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese were sex symbols.
Oh, Lord.
Because what also sells?
Well, technically, Angel Reese is.
Well, yeah, but I mean, sex symbol to where many white men will like to have her.
Don't be surprised if they don't.
I'm not saying none of them. I'm saying a slew of them is what I'm saying.
The white men, they're starting to like black women.
Well, that's
not.
That's
not been a secret. Game.
That's not been a secret. That's not been a secret.
They being more out there now is what I'm saying.
No, that's been a thing since Thomas Jefferson and Sammy Hemings. But I know we're not talking about history. But that's the only thing that would make it pop even more if both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese had guys' tongues drag the floor and having wet the floor because they think, wow, I actually stand a chance with this chick. That would be the only thing that would sell it more. Because again, fans are simple-minded. We like the racism angle and we like the sexism angle.
You said the right word, simple-minded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simple-minded people.
Mm-hmm. I'll take the wrestling really quick. People gripe a whole lot about Tiffany Stratton being the WWE champion. And I said, you know why? I said, because you got many people, you got many men who will take out their joysticks and stroke it to her. That's why you have her on top.
I have another show to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't gonna say nothing. But here's the thing. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, they have brought the attention. The attention is there.
Yeah.
With the attention being there, you're bringing five new teams into the league. You have a $2.2 billion media deal that begins next season. Did you hear the crowd after the All-Star game? What they chanted when the commissioner had the mic in her hand? Simple two words. Pay them. The fans and the tenants are behind the WNBA players. The WNBA players are together in this matter. And of course, in the media, you have those that are on one side and those that are on the other side, which is stupid for every reason. Do you support the league or not? If you support the league, then that means you have to support the players. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Because if there's no players, there's no league. Now, can you pay them like you pay the NBA players? Of course not, because you're not the NBA. But you can find a way to increase salary. 9.3%, really?
Well, the owners are greedy.
Not even a tenth. Not even a tenth.
The owners are greedy. I told you. You know, when people say, "Well, the players, well, the women need to be paid more," I'm like, "Yeah, I agree, but the representation is horrible. Their representation is horrible. They're not coming to the table saying we are the money makers of this franchise of this industry. We deserve a whole lot more of the pie than you're willing to give us." And
Very good. You got
they haven't had that type of representation smack the ownership group and demand they get more.
well, they should. Nick is the president. Kelsey Plum is part of the board. The two starters over on Rival, Brianna Stewart and Nafisa Kaya, are part of the board too.
But it shows how in we used this word earlier, inept the WNBA labor union is. It shows how inept they are. And yes, Vic, it is greed on the ownership group because the number I really didn't care about anything else. The number that I wanted you to say was the one you did. The players in that wonderful 100% pie of the overall revenue take how much? And when you said less than 10%, that's all I needed to know. And I knew that was the case when I saw the salary cap not even go to $2 million in a year.
It
One and a
grows.
half mil,
You
and it
know,
grows incrementally.
it grows by 3%.
I'm like, really?
See, that's why I'm happy that I was able to listen to Bobby Marks before I came on the show. And another thing that he said with the NBA they send out some type of memo or whatever the case may be that breaks
Mhm.
down how everything is.
Yeah.
They don't even do that in WNBA. So you don't even know how it's broken down, how it all factors in, and all this.
Hmm.
This is what you getting from the TV deal. This is what you getting from the merchandise. That's what the NBA does. So the players know exactly. Okay, merchandise we getting this percentage. Media rights we getting this percentage. Salaries the NBA players they know all this. WNBA players don't know nothing.
Yeah.
They know nothing.
Yeah. Hence why I said what I said about the labor union. They are weak. And you can strong arm the NBA players to say pay more into the WNBA. You do that. But
That ain't
that's
gonna
not
work.
well, one, it's not going to work, and two, It's not necessary. It is not necessary if the owners of the WNBA, they're getting 9 out of every $10 of the product. Come on. That's a slam dunk opportunity for the WNBA labor union to say, you're not owners, you're not the ones who are going out there. Yeah, you're the one who signs the checks, but you're not the one who's going out there and selling the tickets. We are. And we don't think we are worth less than 10% of the overall revenue of the of the business.
I'm finna say something to y'all, and I don't know how y'all gonna take it, but I have an idea of what Cole Johnson's gonna go with it. Who is the newest team to join the WNBA?
That would be
physically.
That would be the Golden State Valkyries.
When did they join?
Well, they just joined this year.
Year?
Yeah, they started to play their games this year. Yes,
this year. So they in the inaugural season.
And they are in their inaugural season. Yes.
The Golden State Valkyries in their inaugural WNBA season are valued at $500 million.
Mm-hmm. Somebody making money, and it ain't the players.
They just got done playing halfway their first season. $500 million already.
Somebody making money, and it's not the players.
The newest team in the league is already worth $500 million. Yeah. They didn't even get through a whole season yet. A whole goddamn season.
That's impressive.
Marking them the first women's professional sport franchise.
That's impressive.
I'm going to say that again. Marking them the first women's professional sports franchise
to be valued that high. To be valued at $500 million. $500 million, I'm sorry.
How many teams we can name that's been around for the longest, and not just in the WNBA? And then one of them, $500 million.
So it's
See,
just
what the people on the left side are doing, and I'm gonna use left side for this conversation. What they are doing is saying, well, the WNBA has been around for almost 30 years, and they never actually made a profit since their existence. Have you not seen the changes that's been happening in the WNBA recently? They get to fly private now. They are selling out NBA arenas, not the old arenas they used to play in. They are playing at NBA arenas.
Yeah,
that's why every team that you see that's in expansion, they're in a city that has an NBA team.
NBA team to put it to give them that added boost and support. Yeah.
Your newest team is worth $500 million already. They only played 22 games?
Yeah. So obviously it shows that the sport is profitable. If the newest franchise is earning $500 million in their inaugural season, yeah.
See, I like to listen to. I'm gonna give y'all Darnell. Darnell likes to listen. He likes to get up, play a Bible verse in his ear when he gets up, prayer video from YouTube, and he gets into most of motivation videos. And a lot of motivation videos come out across with this almost one main message. There's different messages, but they come up with one main message. These people look to what they can do in the future, not what happened in the past. They say what happened in the past is already there and done.
Well, it's like what the Rastafarians say: forward ever, backward never.
So the future is saying the WNBA is in good hands.
Heck, Chapel Bill at one time when John Madden asked a question of
You really gonna say Chapel Bill on this one? I
yes.
can't stand you for that.
Mhm.
Now I got you and Victor doing it. Jeez.
Chapel Bill. For those who don't know, that's Bill Belichick. Said after John Madden interviewed him once the Patriots won back to back in the mid 2000s. He hit him between the bar and right between the eyes when he said, "quote If you live in the past, you die in the present." Close quote. The WNBA can't live in the past. It has to live in the present and the future, and the future looks extremely bright. It
So
looks
yes,
extremely bright.
pay these ladies. Now you probably can't pay them 50%. Well, we understand that. The reasonable people like me and Coach Johnson, we understand you might not can give
Hmm.
them 50%.
But you got to inch closer to it, though.
And you might not be, you probably even can't even do 40%. But damn it, it should definitely be more than 9.3.
That's ridiculous. And you would think these WNBA owners would be sold on the idea of, wow, so these players don't have to play overseas. They actually could save themselves and they can actually get paid more if they can bring more of themselves to our product. But no, the owners want to pocket that money
And
and
you want to
keep it
pocket the
pushing.
money so goddamn much that you forgot one of the most important things you need to do is marketing.
Yeah, that's why the league almost folded because they know
Your
they know what they
scheduling,
were doing.
your scheduling is out of control. You don't put the correct teams on TV when you should put the correct teams on TV. Not just now. We starting to get a commercial for Aja Wilson. We got a commercials with Caitlin Clark and State Farm. We getting commercials with now the WNBA actually made a commercial about the Minnesota Lynx. Y'all, y'all need to get on y'all game. Cause one thing, and shout out to Andrew Reese for this. Andrew Reese showed y'all if y'all ain't gonna market, I'll market my damn self.
Well, that's what the players are starting to do, and it's out of necessity, and that's the messed up part. It's not out of just a compunction of that's what they want to do, or just out of that. It is out of necessity. So Lee doesn't know what to do still with these players.
And the crazy thing is, ain't most of y'all owners are NBA owners anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Now that I think about it.
They are greed. I told you they're greedy.
So it is so I can't call it stupidity.
No,
So I guess I need to call it what's the word?
greed.
No,
That greed. That's exactly what it is.
no, I need a different word.
What
Oh,
evil?
nepotism.
Well, okay. So whose daughter of these owners are they protecting? That's what nepotism is.
They protecting each other.
Yeah, greed, evil.
But y'all support the WNBA. Y'all know the correct. Y'all know the people who to bring in to help marketing and get all this stuff correct. Like, come on. It doesn't take rocket science. You already know what to do. That's why the NBA has all of a sudden become a players league. Because y'all can give players $300 contracts and it doesn't hurt y'all one bit.
No, league is still making money hand over fist.
But damn, a WNBA player like this, like the status of Brianna Stewart, and I'm gonna use Brianna Stewart for this one because who has a better resume currently in the WNBA than her right now? She can't make millions. Are we talking about what, a 3-time champion?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows how many times All-Star player we talking about a defensive player of the year, MVP. Come on now, y'all need to get it together. Seriously, it's terrible. 9.3 going to the players. Less than 10%. Less than 10%.
They need to make that money.
There's people that pay tithes more than what y'all giving the WNBA players. Man, I can't stand y'all. And I also can't stand y'all out there who's trying to say, well, the WNBA ain't profitable. Stop looking at the past. That's your problem right there. Because you're not seeing what is transpired in front of you, clearly. NBA arenas are being sold out to see women play basketball. Not men, women. A $2.2 million media rights deal is coming down the pipe for the WNBA that begins next season. And you have more teams coming into expansion. So you wise jerk-offs, pay attention to the future.